After a long day of exams and lectures, Jenna decides to take a break in the Marshall Center before returning home. As she passes through the double doors, she experiences the pungent aroma of food from the cafeteria. Without a moment to spare, her cerebral cortex, hypothalamus, and brainstem light up with delight. The cephalic phase of digestion is activated as she ponders her next possible meal. After intense deliberation, she decides to purchase a hamburger, making sure to top it with ketchup and mayo. After finding a place to sit, she quickly takes her first bite. She was so hungry. Let's go through the life of Jenna's first bite of hamburger. The hamburger was born a wee little burger baby from parents of multiple food groups. First, we have the bun and the ketchup, which for purposes of simplification we'll say are made out of starch. Next, we have the beef patty, Jenna's source of protein. The mayo consists of lipids, and the lettuce contains mainly cellulose. As Jenna takes her first bite of her burger, she uses the accessory functions of her teeth and tongue to perform mechanical digestion in order to break the bite down into smaller pieces. By doing so, she increases the surface area available to facilitate the process of digestion further along in the alimentary canal. In the mouth, salivary amylase secreted from her salivary glands begins to break down the large starches from the hamburger bun into smaller polysaccharides. As she completes her final process of mastication, she has successfully created a solid ball of food, otherwise known as a bolus. The next step in the life of the hamburger bite is deglutition. There are 3 stages to deglutition: voluntary, pharyngeal, and esophageal. As Jenna finishes chewing, she moves the bolus into the back of her oral cavity and subsequently into the oropharynx. As the bolus passes, the oropharynx passes signals to the deglutition centers located in her pons and medulla. Her epiglottis moves downwards and covers the opening to her trachea so that she doesn't choke. The bolus makes its way to the superior part of her esophagus, which is a long muscular tube that connects the mouth and the stomach. Next, peristaltic motions work to move the bolus downwards to the stomach. At the cardiac sphincter, the bolus begins to enter the stomach slowly. Once the bolus reaches the stomach, the food undergoes a process of chemical changes as a result of multiple enzymatic secretions. First, protein digestion begins here with the action of pepsin, breaking down the meat patty into smaller peptides. Gastric lipase serves as an initial fat digestion protein, breaking down only certain lipids into their smaller constituents. Hydrochloric acid functions as a part of the innate immune system, inactivating several pathogenic bacteria found in the patty. After undergoing continual churning and mixing with enzymes and acid in the stomach, the bolus, which once entered, has now become a liquid food substance known as chyme. Next, the chyme begins to leave the small intestine in small portions, slowly entering the duodenum through the pyloric valve. As the chyme enters the pyloric valve, the duodenum becomes the site of about 90% of nutrient absorption. Absorptive cells of the epithelium release enzymes that take in the nutrients from the chyme. Fats, like that of the mayonnaise on the burger Jenna is digesting, are broken down by bile salts that are made by the liver. The bile salts produced by the liver are stored in the gallbladder and brought to the small intestine by the common bile duct. These bile salts emulsify the fat globules into droplets, which are then broken down further by pancreatic lipase produced within Jenna's pancreas. The protein within the beef patty is broken down into polypeptides by trypsin secreted into the duodenum from the pancreas. The polypeptide content is broken down further by carboxypeptidase. Pancreatic amylase converts the starch, the bun and ketchup, to polysaccharides. The chyme is propelled through Jenna's intestine via segmentation contractions. It travels through the jejunum, into the ileum, and to the cecum of the large intestine. The large intestine absorbs the remaining water from the substances not digested fully by the small intestine, and no digestive enzymes are secreted anymore. This material will travel from the cecum into Jenna's ascending colon, through her transverse colon, down her descending colon, to the sigmoid colon. The last 8 inches of the GI tract is the rectum. Its terminal is referred to the anal canal and is open to the exterior by the anus. Feces are released voluntarily from the anus. This process keeps Jenna happy and healthy.